Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I am so grateful that you have joined us for this little while. We're going to relax and focus on appreciating ourselves, loving ourselves more. So let's get started. So let's begin with our 3 nice, really deep breaths. Breathing in, filling up your chest. Holding it for a moment, and then breathing it out very slowly. And now fill up your chest and your upper back. Really expand your rib cage with this breath. Hold it for a moment, and then release it. And now take the deepest breath you've taken all day, expanding your chest, your upper back, all the way down into your belly. Just fill your lungs up. And hold it for a moment, as long as it feels good to kind of have that sense of expansion. And then when you're ready, gently let it go slowly. And now let's imagine everywhere where your body is touching, whatever it is you're lying or sitting on, everywhere where your body is touching, there's like these little magical trapdoors. And they are ready to release any kind of stress or tension in your body and allow your body to relax. So take a couple deep breaths. Breathing in, and when you exhale, just imagine those trapdoors opening and any kind of stress or tension you're holding on to just releasing. You don't necessarily have to identify it or have a sense of what it is that needs to be released, only that you're letting it go. And now let's think about just being in the presence, allowing our infinite selves to kind of fill up ourselves. So imagine your spiritual self, your soul, the part of you that will still be you when this life is complete. Imagine that filling up every soul, every cell, every atom, in your body. So that you are fully human and fully divine, fully spirit. You are having a hybrid life. So much we are taught to focus on our human lives and our human bodies and our human existence, and it's important too because we need to stay alive. But what really keeps us alive is our spirit. The spirit that breathes each breath, the spirit that beats your heart, the spirit that gives you life, that is your truest essence. So along with focusing on our human selves, we are taught a whole lot of things growing up, and I have yet to meet, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 people ever have I met people who are taught to love themselves. I think that the generations coming in, and even my children's generation, I hope I taught them that as best I could, because it wasn't anything that I knew. It's challenging to teach something you don't know. So what we're going to do for this meditation is just have some quiet and allow ourselves to be aware of places where we are not very loving to ourselves. And also to identify in a very specific way one thing we can do for ourselves in this next week. And this meditation is being released the week before Christmas, or Hanukkah, or in the winter holidays, and there's a lot going on, and a lot of us are feeling the stress of trying to accomplish a lot in a very short time with a very clear deadline looming. So let's ask our infinite selves to identify either just energetically or consciously, meaning we know that there's some place there, but we don't actually have a name for it or a vision for it, or we remember quite clearly whatever it is. And let's just find a sore spot, a place where we could experience more love. And let's have an affirmation that goes with that. I'm willing to experience more love, especially in my sore spots, especially in the places where I feel unlovable. I'm willing to accept more love into my body, mind, and soul and heart. And here's one we're going to ruminate on for a moment. I am willing to love myself more. I am willing to love myself more. I invite you to trust yourself, to recognize that you know far more than you think you know. You realize, you understand, you pick up on far more than you think you know. I realize that I'm a psychic medium and this is what I do professionally, yet everybody has intuition. Everybody can tune in. I just received validation earlier today of something that I knew in my heart of hearts when I was 10 years old. I just knew it. And it was crazy that it got validated today. And if you've ever had that experience where you say to yourself, I knew it. I think that's Spirit's way of saying you know a lot more than you think you do. And trust yourself. And the information that I received was nothing that I would have needed to act on in any way. what we know. And so one of the things that you know is where you would like to feel loved more. And part of that might be related to your love language. You know, I would like to receive more hugs, or I'd like to receive more words of affirmation, or more gifts, or more validation, or whatever. But you know what you're longing for, where that place of longing is. I invite you to validate that for yourself. Just tune in for a moment and figure out where that twinge is. I think a lot of times those of us who have kind of some sadness around the holidays when we see pictures of family or pictures of ourselves at younger ages, is that memory of feeling so totally loved. And then where did it go? And so I invite you to ask your infinite soul to help you to feel more loved. I am willing to feel more loved. I ask my infinite soul, the one presence, the one power, God, whatever it is, whomever it is you pray for, pray to, bring more love into my life. I've mentioned before that I have a very large family, and yet the one person who needs to love me more is me. You know, I'm a work in progress, like probably you may be too. I'm learning to love myself more. It's a really good affirmation. I'm learning to love myself more. Loving myself more comes easily and naturally. Loving myself is easy. And now the moment you've been waiting for. Let's imagine, we'll close our eyes, I hope your eyes are closed. Let's just have some quiet after I'm finished speaking and allow something to be revealed to us. Something, some way that we can show ourselves more love in the week ahead. How can I show myself more love in the week ahead? The answer comes to me now. And if a lightning bolt didn't come down from heaven and illuminate your knowledge of how to love yourself more in the week ahead, let me suggest that it will come to you, and maybe it won't be just one thing. Maybe it will be a couple hours to yourself, or eating your favorite foods, watching a Christmas show or not watching a Christmas show, taking a walk, not taking a walk, whatever it is, being aware, because that's what really makes the difference. Being conscious and aware that what you are doing is because you want to show yourself more love. Appreciating yourself, realizing what a precious, precious being you are. Not pushing yourself, not setting unrealistic expectations. It's a long list, so just choose one, please. Because you are a beautiful soul who deserves love. Love is everything. Love is what makes the world go round. Love is what we are. Your truest essence is infinite, beautiful, perfect love. And denying it from yourself is cruel. And even though you may have been taught it, as I was, that I didn't deserve love, or I shouldn't say anything positive about myself, we now know differently and we can change. So congratulations on maybe just being a little more open to loving yourself a little more. Along with loving yourself more, I suggest that you find moments where you can say, I'm proud of you. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm proud of you. You keep showing up, you keep trying. You are a loving, beautiful soul. And while you might not meet all of your own or someone else's expectations, you keep suiting up and showing up. So congratulations, I'm proud of you. But my being proud of you is nowhere near as powerful as you being proud of yourself. So take one final really deep breath. And let me remind you that the one presence, well, first let me remind you that you are whole and perfect exactly as you are, a beautiful, beautiful soul and a beautiful human being. And the one presence moving in, through, and as me honors and recognizes the one presence moving in, through, and as you. Namaste. Have a wonderful week.